Greetings and salutations.
Bow, bow, bow.
This is the Vital Check podcast with, and I messed this up last episode.
Yeah, you're going to get it right this time.
You would think I would get this down pat. Your friendly neighborhood MD, Dr. Joe.
Facts.
And we have...
By your side.
Alongside.
Yeah, there it is.
By my side.
Ricka.
Is...
DJ Critical. Hey.
And we have some people near and dear to us.
We have guests.
Joining us today.
Big guests. Bow.
I don't know if y'all can hit a drum roll.
Is
Drum roll.
our amazing Mr. and Mrs. Deshaun and Amanda Robinson from This Functional Family Podcast.
Gang.
And
the crowd goes crazy.
I can add some stuff too.
I love that welcome.
Add some stuff.
Yes.
I love that welcome.
Welcome, guys.
That was. I feel like a drink champs welcome.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It make you feel special.
Take a shot.
Drink champs with that water.
They take a shot for anything.
Oh my gosh, I don't watch it.
Oh man.
Shout out Noriega.
Oh man. So welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Yes, we're excited to have you guys. It's been a long
Very.
time in the making.
It has.
Yeah.
It has.
Yeah.
And we made it happen.
Finally.
We have
Yes.
some cool friends.
I'm telling
We
you,
do
I
too.
was,
Hey.
reflecting and preparing for today. And I was like, maybe we should do an episode where we just like, where are they now? Right? Because in our humble brag, we have some achievers here.
Yes.
We do.
They last month reached a milestone of 10,000 followers and 1 million views on a reel.
Yeah, yo.
Oh, that's big.
It's really kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It is
It's still
like,
kind of wild.
it's nuts to like, right? Like 1 million people sat and watched
I
it.
watched it, yeah.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel?
Grateful.
Blessed.
Excited, of course. You know what I'm saying?
Be a
We
blessing.
are, yeah, for sure. FreeSourceClothing.com. But definitely excited to see all of our hard work pay off.
Yes.
We came into this podcasting game really intentional and with a vision to reach out and reach people. You know what I'm saying? Not just go out and talk and record cool videos, but
Right.
really to try to impact our generation and before or after our current generation. So we've been podcasting for 2 years now?
Yes, 2 years.
And it's just refreshing to see that
The hard work paying
everything
off.
paying off.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is just one step. We're
Right,
still
right.
climbing the ladder.
Talk your
So we're not
talk.
gonna sit in this moment
it's
for
just
too
one
long.
step.
Right,
You know,
right,
we
right.
have
Yeah.
new milestones to reach, and
Yes.
it's incredible. We recorded the 10K reel one day, just to celebrate with our followers, and then within the next 3 days, we had another 3,500 followers added onto that. So, man,
We posted it. People was like, y'all know y'all passed 10K, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
hey, we shot this yesterday and we don't know what happened.
Oh man, what
That's
a
what's up.
blessing.
That's what's up.
And and just so you know, this is a very multifaceted union we have here. Okay,
your talk.
You see these beautiful sweatshirts,
Talk your talk.
right? What's the other hustles we got?
Oh, hustles.
Oh,
What we
that's
got?
a good fabric.
Yeah, this
Come on, now we don't.
is
We don't
hot and
play
warm.
around.
This
This
I
is
have
not
it.
like
yeah,
Hanes
this
t-shirt.
is what I was telling you. So I was telling you the other day.
1,000 count like
Thread count.
I was
Yeah.
telling you
I
the
have
other
to
day.
wear their t-shirts on like the coldest day because it's like the
it works.
thickest
Yeah.
Yeah.
that you can find.
Yeah.
Yeah, freethesoulsclothing.com. That's a clothing line that Amanda and I started. So we have that going on. We got Dysfunctional Family Podcast,
Yes.
and then we just got life.
Separate stuff.
Separate
also.
stuff. Amanda is a writer and a literacy geek, a grammar geek is what she calls herself. So you need your resume done.
Yes.
You need
Business
personal
proposals,
statements,
yeah.
business
All that.
proposals.
I love her
She
homophones,
edits.
quizzes.
She edits
Yes.
books. You know what I mean? A little bit of ghostwriting too, but I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Ghostwriting for some authors out here.
All right.
I won't tell if you don't tell.
I ain't
All
telling
right, you talking
nothing.
about me? I'm gonna talk about you.
feel
Deshaun
me?
is also an independent Christian hip hop artist.
Yes.
He's
No,
had
okay.
billboards in Times Square.
Facts. That's a
Yes.
fact. That is a fact.
And where else? California,
LDB.
I think. Atlanta.
Yeah.
All over the place. So yeah,
Do our
we
thing. You know
got
what I'm saying? We produce, we write. You know what I'm saying? I don't just rap. I write music too.
got that too.
Yeah.
He does.
Add that in there.
Yeah, he wrote the theme song for Family Business on BET. Well,
I
produced the
produced
music,
it.
not wrote
I
it.
produced the
Produced the
I
music.
co-produced it with another
Yeah, but enough about us.
I'm telling
No,
you.
no, no,
this-
no,
No, this is the point of the humble brag segment.
More
we want
about
to
Oh my god, right? Too much.
brag you guys.
more. Deshaun, is a great friend of mine.
Facts.
Went to Amanda went to high school, college with us too.
Yeah,
she started with
for
us.
a brief moment.
For a brief moment.
Yeah.
And I also went as
yes.
an honorary member.
Honorary
member.
Yes,
From-
I was on the Delphi campus more than I was
Yeah.
on my own campus.
Facts.
So
Get your water out, baby. Get your water. Oh, coconut water on
Cover it
deck.
up.
Come on,
Cover it up.
coconut.
Take a shot for that.
I guess
Take
I'll
a shot for that.
I'll sip some water.
So we was doing Mayhem on Delphi's campus, and
Mayhem.
we had a little group, and
LDB.
Come on, stop playing.
when I tell you Deshaun, as an artist, just artist Deshaun, away from like all the philanthropy and preaching and Christian things, I don't even want to put him as a Christian
Yeah, it's
hip hop. He's just a phenomenal artist.
Hey.
I like this episode already.
We gonna need a potty break at the end of
Yeah,
this.
I'm not drinking anymore.
no,
So-
man, I appreciate that, bro.
So yeah, like
Yeah.
I remember in the dorm rooms, we like on GarageBand coming up with like lyrics and daycares. Like he has so many quotables where I'm like, I hope nobody hears these, so I can just take a few of them, you know. And,
For when you go to
Why my kids there? Cause they care.
But like, no, I'm very proud of the both of you because you really exemplified everything.
Grit.
Oh man.
Like
Sticking
just
it out.
staying together, sticking it out,
Yeah.
growing, having a family, being entrepreneurs. Like it's just so
Yes.
many different facets that you guys just like excel
love,
in, and
bro.
it's like it's really dope. Like
It's beautiful.
Just like last episode, just like people that you encounter in your life that just go on to just do great things, and you just honor to say like, hey,
I know that guy.
I know that. I know that.
I
girl.
know
Like,
them, though.
Like I know them.
Like,
Like,
I'll take up the
yeah,
phone
yeah.
and they'll
Like, if
answer
I'm
my
one of the-
text
Like
notes.
sometimes, one day I'm like, yo, you know, look, I'm a FaceTime.
That's the litmus test.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
we'll get
yeah.
picked up by
Like, you know,
FaceTime call.
Right.
Call him right now.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
man.
Like, yeah,
But that's-
Jay don't FaceTime me. He must need me. Let me see. Good, bro.
Exactly. No, I just want to, somebody I seen them. But yeah, that's like
Nah, that's
really,
love,
really
man.
dope.
We
So
appreciate that.
We really honored and appreciate you guys coming here.
Yes.
Honored to be
The cry
here.
face, right?
Nah, turning this into drink champs is crazy. With water.
No more shots. No more
Yeah,
shots.
vital champs.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
man.
Cocoa
But,
champs.
you know, if you want to be part of our circle, our ever-growing circle of
Yeah, if
people
you too can
who
be
we
a
can brag
friend.
about,
Talk your
Yeah.
talk.
you can call us at
833
what?
832
What?
832.
DJ Critical.
That don't sound like the first
that-
number you
that-
said. Before we
so
started
That's not even a
shooting.
New York area code. Like,
That does not
We
sound
are
like the number.
718 and 212.
Before this camera started shooting, that does not sound like the
It's
number
the
he
coconut
told
water.
us.
That's
you
too
know what
much
it
shots.
is? It's because I talked about that spam text I got.
It's too much. You tell them the
Yeah.
number.
Okay, ladies and gents.
You got
Tell
some
me.
homework for next time.
Yes, and no, the one who's making the jingle. It is
Yeah.
332,
That's what I meant.
the area code in New York that nobody should be getting.
What?
Yeah, 332.
Yeah,
that new?
It's the new thing.
special
It's a new
one.
New
Since
York.
when?
We got the
I don't
brand new
know.
one, yo.
I'm gonna tell you what Google tells me. Let me tell
Wow.
332.
you. Yes, guys.
We haven't lived in New York in 3 years, so
Um,
not that we that far. I feel like I don't know. I should know that this is new.
332. It's a
I don't
212 something. What was the other one? It says
332.
right there.
Oh, this area code was assigned in 2015.
Ain't no way, boy.
Ain't nobody was
Ain't no way,
and then
boy.
went into service in 2017.
Ain't no way, boy.
I don't know
Anyways.
because we had our numbers like you've had the same
Yeah.
number for like what?
I've
since
had my-
forever?
my-
Since
number
2007.
Yeah, I've had my
yeah,
number
so-
since high school also.
Yeah, after I
around
had
that
my
time.
number, I didn't really care about whatever other
Happens
numbers.
But
after
remember
it.
how mad everybody was when they came out with like the 646 area code?
Nasty
Yes.
work.
Yes.
Nasty work.
Yes.
No disrespect to anybody at 646
Yes.
area code.
A
But
little
when it
disrespect.
dropped,
Yeah,
it was
like
nasty
if
work.
you had a 718 or a 917, like,
He was
like,
who
You
you
original.
and then 212, you knew he was from like Bronx.
You had to be
or
in Manhattan,
or
the Bronx,
something.
Harlem. Yeah.
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 Okay, 3
The Bronx isn't. No, Bronx is 718.
718. Bronx is 718.
Oh.
But Harlem.
Harlem,
Well, Harlem is
Manhattan.
in Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
Manhattan's
yeah.
212.
I don't like
We had to share,
332.
our area code with the Bronx. So.
And Staten Island.
We don't speak of
Oh,
Oh,
We don't
crap.
speak
You
of
No
Right.
disrespect.
A little
Oh,
disrespect.
God.
But Staten Island ain't my speed. You know what I'm talking about?
332.
332
877.
877.
73.
No.
So
7270. Don't worry. I will put this in the screen.
Put
big,
it somewhere.
Like right here, just like
Because right now we got like a 17-digit.
Wherever I'm pointing, this is where it will show
Oh
up.
my
We got like
goodness.
a 17-digit phone number right now.
Seriously, but let's repeat it again because there were so many
Boy
errors.
called the WhatsApp number, international
Oh
WhatsApp
my
number.
gosh, God knows where you're calling.
Sorry.
But anyways, you're going to call us.
Yeah, you do it.
Drop a line.
Yeah.
Drop a suggestion, a comment, whatever. Nothing nasty, please.
I told
But call
you,
us at
if
3.
it wants to be, just say this is for DJ Critical.
I'm gonna say unless you know single J, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, 332-877-7270.
Yup. It's like a tongue twister.
Oh gosh, but
That's what it is.
so
It's here. Here.
got
Somewhere.
it. So now we're going to go into our critically single segment because
Talk your talk, Jay.
I hope you remember other ladies' digits or
I
something.
don't.
but
I don't. They just put their name in, and
Oh.
that's.
Yeah, it's 2023. I don't know that
Yeah,
people
I
know
don't know.
numbers.
Yeah.
They should.
I mean, I do.
I know my house number.
I creepily know numbers that I still shouldn't even
Emphasis
know.
on the creepily.
Yeah, I know numbers from
From,
friends
like,
in high school.
yeah.
Like I still remember their numbers, but I also got in my defense, I got a cell phone a lot later than everybody else. Like, well, like
So you
all
were
of my
the
friends
house
had
line.
cell
So he had
phones.
to memorize
Oh,
numbers.
At
you,
freshman
you
year
had paper
of high
and pen.
school,
You had a note. You had
I didn't
a
get my
book.
first cell phone till my senior year of high school.
Oh, damn.
So I had friends
So
with cell
sorry.
phones like, yo, Dave, what's Chris' number? I was like,
Oh,
yeah.
you know, you was the.
And I was
you was the walking
I was
around phone
I was a
book.
walking road.
He was a yellow pages.
So you were the
So
good
to
one.
this
Like
day,
if you
I
got
still
lost.
can remember. Oh, forget about it.
Yeah, he's a
Also,
number.
to this day, I can
grab a
still give you
payphone
10,
and just like-
10
that's
numbers
good.
off the rip.
That's
Yeah, he's a
good.
number whiz now too. Like the numbers he can multiply in his mind.
First
Oh,
of all,
that's
don't
not
do
me.
that because then I get put on the spot and my palms get sweaty and then I mess up. So
No, we don't do simple math.
only when
in
it
my
comes
head.
to
2 plus 2 is as far as I go.
Yeah.
No,
And
sometimes.
then I
You
bust
drag
out the
it.
calculator.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, I don't remember numbers, but
wait, remember when you had to like airdrop contacts?
no.
Oh no, that's the thing we do now.
That's now.
What was
That's
what
not
was like
old.
the
Yeah,
sidekick?
The sidekick.
Oh yeah, I never
didn't
had a
have a sidekick.
Me
sidekick.
neither.
My first cell phone was a
Oh, it was nasty.
A BlackBerry?
No,
A Motorola?
it was
Motorola Chirp with a Scarface case
was
that my
the
godfather
worst
got
phone.
me. May he rest in peace.
It was his, and he just passed it down to you.
No, he bought it for me
With
found
the
it.
like
Scarface.
the,
found
he
it
just
in the
thought he
garbage.
just thought I would like it.
Scarface?
Yeah, I don't know why I've never showed interest in Scarface. Had it had like a
Interesting.
Michael
Say
Jackson
hello
off the
to my little
wall
friend.
or something like that. Like
Scarface
ringer?
and Michael Mid.
no, like as a
Mix.
like the case was
Oh,
like
the top part was
the
Michael.
case was like
No.
no. I'm saying had that, it would have
Oh,
made sense
got
because
it, got
from a young and
it.
I've always loved music. So Mike,
Yeah, yeah.
I have Mike Jackson vinyls to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that would make sense. But Scarface,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like-
say hello to my little friend.
I was
And
like,
then just,
thank you.
Open up
Oh.
But it's probably thematic. Say hello to my little friend phone.
your little phone. Your little friend.
No.
Your friend is
Okay.
your little phone.
Now you can call your little friends on your little phone.
nope.
Okay.
After 9 though. After 9.
But the number was 718-678-9580. That's not my number now though.
So you just give it
To be clear.
Don't
be
call
clear.
it.
You hit it up. It's a chirp. Next
It's not
tail.
still attached to that phone.
Never
Can
know,
you imagine?
shawty.
Yeah, I had a beeper.
My dad
First
had a
of all,
beeper.
What are you, a mechanic?
Nah, I was just into things, and I just had a beeper, and then I had a
Yo.
few sidekicks.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
you
you were
definitely
that
had
cool
a few
kid.
sidekicks. I remember. Yeah.
A
Yeah.
beeper is
You
wild.
and G had a
Yeah,
lot of
G.
sidekicks in college.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, so moving on. I would like to speak critically single. Yes, I'm still single. Kinda ish, single-ish.
You know, it's
Okay.
always
What's
complicated.
that
You
name?
making?
No, don't say
I
her name.
don't-
Don't say
I
her
don't-
name.
I wouldn't
I'll
even
leave
do
it alone.
that.
We're pretty just
I'll leave it
we're
alone.
just
We're,
at a flat, so we're just entertaining one person
Okay.
for now.
Crossing the street back and forth.
Yeah.
Into-
What does that mean?
I don't know. I just made it
Not
up.
going
Oh.
yet.
I don't know. I just made it up.
actually like it.
sounded cool. Like,
You know, like
crossing
this
the street,
I was
like,
walking.
I was like,
and I was
dang, I
like,
never
oh,
heard
you know?
that one. I need to.
yeah. I was like,
I like it
Google
though.
No, you know, I don't know
But,
idioms, but
so I finally watched. Have you guys seen the Best Man series?
We have not, but we've seen all the ones before.
seen all the
We've seen the
movies.
movies.
original.
So
Shout out
there's
to my barber, Big Lou, though. He did all the cutting
cuts?
on set, except for Morris Chestnut. That's another story.
Oh,
He had his
Isn't he
own.
bald?
But he brought his own barber. But
yeah.
shout out to my barber, Big Lou. You know what I'm saying?
Ow,
Big Lou
ow.
held it down on the Best Man series.
Facts. So I was watching that, and there was a relationship where Tay Diggs, he was like very career driven, and Sanaa Lathan, his wife.
That's Mr. Dr. Joe's boo.
Oh,
Mr. Dr. Joe. I like it.
And she was more. She just needed emotional support. And being that he was like so focused on his career, he neglected her. And that was just an interesting dynamic because to me, my logic brain is like, all right, yes, work, provide for the family.
Yeah.
And then he was not noticing like the little clues and nuances, the subtle change, and how she was trying to like tell him like, all right, yes, we have this big house, we're well off, but like, I want to do things, and you don't even take the time to like encourage me or support me and stuff like that. So that just like, it sat with me because in a lot of ways I feel like I'm similar to him, where I'm just like really tunnel vision, and then like there's been times when I had like relationships and stuff, and they would say things like, "Oh, you don't say that, you don't hug me enough," and I'm like, I'm out here in the streets, I'm trying to get up, I'm trying to get it,
bread.
And you out here talking about hugs.
Yeah.
But I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm trying to be,
I'm glad,
more empathetic and just open to different, like,
we're trying to add grays to his palette.
Yes.
Okay.
Grace is not one of my strengths.
No, grace and gray.
Oh,
black
gray
and white.
too.
So
yes, I'm
Yeah,
very
Yes.
light.
You're black. Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
so yes, I wanted to speak about that.
Okay.
If you would like.
We could definitely jump in
And I
because
feel
we
like
actually,
you guys being like,
we just shot an episode. I think
A couple weeks ago, it was called what? Passion or
Passion or-
Purpose?
partner
or Purpose.
Yeah.
oh, okay, look at
Purpose
me.
could kind of be replaced with like.
That wasn't the
passion,
name
yeah,
of the episode. It was like in a series, Marriage is Boring.
Yeah, we did a series called Marriage is Boring.
And one of the
episodes.
episodes.
Well, we talked about like picking, like if you had to choose between your partner or your passion, it's like what are you going
Yeah, because
after?
she ended up leaving him. Well, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But she was like, yeah, I'm not.
Joseph.
Sorry. She was like,
I
yeah,
don't
I'm
know.
not doing this, and I'm taking the kid. So.
I think one of the things we have to realize, especially as men who have been trained to, believe that protection or providing is the value we bring to a relationship.
Right.
I think we have to realize that relationships have different types of currency. So when we talk provision, we only attach it to money.
Right.
And we actually have different types of currency in a relationship. So we have like emotional currency. Like sometimes a woman is fed up with us because we've withdrawn all from her emotional bank.
Right.
So we have to then make deposits in order to sort of balance that out.
Right.
So I think when you start realizing that the same mindset you have about money, about going after, what will establish your family with some financial security in the future, is a mindset that has to be transferable over to some metaphoric forms of currency.
Correct.
Touch,
Emotional,
physical touch, emotion, things like that. Gift giving, quality time.
Like your love languages and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So that's
so
why
when
it's
you
posted
start
all over my
realizing
house.
when
Although
touch me?
it's like I don't know them.
What?
wait, your love languages are posted over your house?
Yeah.
Really?
It's like in our bathroom. It's in
that-
But
in
y'all
our
been together
bedroom
so
door.
long, he don't know about now.
Is that for you or for
My boy
him?
Dre know him by now.
It's for you.
Don't come for Mr. Dr. Joe.
Damn, I know my boy Dre know him by now. No, let me stop.
I
What is
think
it for? Curious.
It was supposed to be reminders, and at this point, it's like I forgot the other day the plumber came in, and I see him looking at my window, and I was like, "What's outside?" I was like, "Oh, he's reading my love language." The plumber.
Now, are these your specific love languages
Both
or
of
just
ours.
Okay? So what are
And
they,
I
like
have our
5?
scores
I think?
and
Okay.
stuff. I mean, I can't recite them. Mind you, I look at them every day, but sometimes I forget. Right? Like
Gotcha.
sometimes you get lost in the mix, and I forget like how like he wants to receive his love.
Right.
And it's just like, by the way, like, hey, you doing this favor for me is bigger than anything you can buy me.
Right.
So it's just sometimes you have to remind yourselves.
Yeah.
I think I'd also say this though, timing does like make a big difference, because in terms of like when you guys met in life, what I mean by that is like Amanda and I met in high school, right? Just like you and Mr. Dr. Joe,
Yes.
right? Y'all met in high school. when you think about the mileage you have on your relationship,
How
at that
much
age that you
you've changed,
met,
right.
that age that you met, you didn't know your
established
purpose or
anything,
what your passion
Right.
was. So like you're with someone who has to give like you some elasticity, some grace to figure that out as y'all grow
As you're together.
Right.
Versus somebody like Jay is like,
This is what I do.
hey,
I already
this
have my
thi-
passion.
right. I'm secure. I'm cemented in this. When you come on, know that this is what I care about, and then if I feel like you're the one,
Yeah.
I'd give you access into this thing that has been getting me
Going,
through
yeah,
Right.
for some time now.
for some time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think timing of when you meet matters as well in terms of like, would I sacrifice this for this person? It's like, I'd give up some stuff for Amanda because I feel like she's added more value
Period,
over
Pooh.
time than some things.
Right.
And there's other things that I would expect her to be like, you don't have to give that up
Because
I know what it means
I know what
to
it
you.
means to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
You know, so just thought I'd throw that in there. That timing makes a big difference as well.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. But it's summertime, so I'm on the streets.
Wait, but didn't you just say y'all had an agreement? Does she know that the agreement is that summertime
It's when you in the
things,
street.
things open up a little bit? Like,
Just like these student loans.
oh, the unpause.
Y'all cash up Dr.
Play.
Joe.
She knows now.
I have all of us.
Oh,
She knows
gosh.
Summertime.
But I mean,
Yeah, she
I
watched
think,
the
you
show,
know,
she knows.
we talk about this a lot, but to me, like, again, I have like a series of tattoos that are invisibly inked on my neck. But one of them is managing your expectations. Like, that is number one. Like, if you
Right on the
don't.
wrist, man, the wrist.
No,
no,
neck
no.
is
No,
like,
she
I
wants
need people to
she wants
see
people
it.
to
Oh,
see it.
okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
I told her to put on her
right
forehead,
across,
but
man. and-
Your
No,
forehead.
forehead's a little too much.
okay, but your neck
you know,
is doable.
delicately, like Rihanna.
Okay, like oh.
So anyway, right? So like, if you didn't go into this relationship setting those expectations, right?
Don't just spring them out of nowhere.
Right,
Yes.
and then
That's good.
hope that someone figures it out for
That's
you.
good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I gotta
Yeah, so
say
that was just interesting, and you, the way you puts it into perspective, like especially the different currency, and that's another thing I like about you. Like you're able to break down somewhat complex things in a very simplified. Because currencies, money. I know about
Yeah.
currency. I get it. Oh, deposits, withdrawals. Okay, it works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How do
and
you
I want to
transfer those
build.
principles over.
Yeah. And I want to build on the elasticity, right? Because as you mentioned, we and Mr. I don't know. I just feel like this is a mouthful, Mr. Dr. Joe. But anyway,
You
I like
started
it.
this.
It's like I want to keep him safe.
Yeah, you
But
can
anyways,
interchange it.
Safe
Mr.
from-
Dr. Joe is Andre. When she says Andre,
Yeah.
you
So
know it's Mr. Dr. Joe.
He,
MDJ.
right. We've been at this for 17 years,
Gang.
and I chose a career that is like, was I even emotionally available for most of our early relationship? I don't know. So definitely like the extending grace and having that. I mean, I probably stretched it to the point where the rubber band was gonna pop. But you know, I think we're molding shape. But again, now it's like, as a parent and a wife, what am I molding my career to be? And that's where the extracurriculars builds, right? It's after the 9 to 5, and then that's time. That's creeping into family time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's
Like the
definitely
podcast right now, like this could be family time.
yeah, and he's home, and then I gotta be home because he gotta go to dinner. So it's
It's a lot of give and
definitely
take, but at least y'all are withdrawing and depositing.
that's right.
You know,
That's
to
right.
make it work for both of you.
Yes, we want a net worth. Okay.
a big one too.
Yes, positive. But you know, sometimes you gotta dip into the red.
Right.
All right, that's true metaphors.
Nah, you do though. You do.
But I feel like, as you know, because I don't want this to sound like a one-sided conversation, because
Okay.
I think we can all agree that everybody's passionate about something.
Yes.
Now, one party may have to sacrifice a bit more for the sake of the other. Like, for instance, our relationship. Deshaun finished college, like, straight from high school. I started, stopped, we got married, had kids. I was like, oh, I want to go back to school. He also wanted to go back to school for his master's, but I'm like, I never finished my undergrad. So
Right.
he gave me that space to finish my degree.
Right.
And then we went back and got our masters at the same time.
Ow, ow.
Now he has a space to finish up. He's graduating now.
Gang,
but
5
just-
weeks away. You feel me?
Big talk.
We need a graduation party.
Yeah.
And DJ Critical should DJ.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
because, you know, last time he DJ'd for
I
us
can't
was
say
at our
it.
wedding.
I can't say it publicly. Well, I guess it's out now. You'll be getting a text soon.
Yes. We'll get an invite to the
to the graduation party.
Because I'm hard of hearing. I can't really hear well. So
yeah. I just don't want people that watch the show to get offended. Like I ain't getting.
No. It's very intimate.
Maybe the party already happened.
Maybe.
We don't know. I don't know.
Was your no say?
Who knows? No say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely feel like for any relationship to work, for lack of a better term, for it to just function healthily, there has to be a lot of compromise where you say, okay,
True.
I'm willing to give this up for you for this amount of time.
Yeah.
But just know what, it's circumstantial.
Right,
But once
right.
you reach your goal, this is what I want to do.
right?
So that you don't feel like you're building and building and building and building and I'm sacrificing and sacrificing and sacrificing.
Back to the investment. That was
Yeah.
literally like what she said. Like she had passions and stuff, and she said she always took a second to what he wanted to do, and when it was her time to like do something, he was never readily available to return the favor, and then she just always felt like she was just for him until she got fed up and went to Ghana.
I think that like I
Nice
think
place to land.
every relationship has like is gonna have dilemmas, and it's just a matter of like choosing which dilemma you'd rather carry, right? I'd rather be in a relationship where we gotta figure out the compromise of you being passionate about something than be in a relationship where I'm trying to encourage you to care about anything.
Something. Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like I can't. That's how I'm wired. Like I can't be with somebody that just like,
That's just be like,
I don't care about anything in life.
Right?
It's like
Nothing.
you don't want to work. You don't want to get no money. You don't want to get your credit right. You don't want to
You want to draw?
establish something. You don't want to draw. You don't want to rap. You don't want to
puzzle? Like,
love people.
Right, because
Count,
even if
like, anything, like-
even if it's not to the degree where you're as busy as I am,
Right.
what can you do at home that brings you fulfillment? Like you said,
Yeah.
if you want to do a
I don't want
puzzle
you
a day,
home just like think
do a
about
puzzle.
me. It's like nah, actually.
What do you like to do? Do you like reading? Is that what you're passionate about? Just stay home and read.
Yeah, you got
So
you
it
got
may
to
not
care.
be-
I'd rather
yeah.
my difficulty or my dilemma that I'd prefer is you passionate about stuff. I'm passionate about stuff. Let's figure this
Let's
out.
figure out how.
Versus
Let's be
I'm
passionate
passionate about
together.
stuff and you don't care about nothing. It's just like look at you. It's like nah, you gotta come on.
gotta
What
do
you?
it.
And I think that's my dilemma with
Yeah.
a lot of people. I'm just like, wake up, like
Yeah, you
get
got something to
out.
offer.
I was like, you have like I can see all the things you can do, and like sometimes, and this is where I kind of my energy just dies out. Like I'll start it for you.
She would.
Like I believe so much in you.
she
Like
she
let me
definitely
go
would.
ahead and do the things that you perceive as a hurdle, so that we can get past this stage, and then you can move on. But then I get tight because then it's like
They don't do that.
They don't do it.
Yeah,
It's
because
like
the danger in
waste of your
that,
time.
There is.
not to veer away from the conversation or the topic, but the danger in that is getting started is the hardest part.
That's
As you build on that,
yeah.
they think it's just gonna come easy.
Mm.
So
Because
you
the
have to
hardest
be
part was
willing.
already done for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to start that up yourself. If you care enough, you got to be willing to start it up yourself, or else you're not gonna want to continue the work that somebody else already laid the foundation for you.
Yeah.
I
That
actually have a
makes
different
sense.
take on that. I think
Sustaining.
getting started is
Maybe not
it's
the hardest part.
yeah. I was
But
saying
it
I
is a
think
hard
I think
It's challenging.
I think
for
like
sure.
it's challenging,
like
but I
mentally,
think-
just to like get over the
Yeah.
because even like say like this podcast, like she spoke about it, and then I was more of like, all right, boom, 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 let's just get it, and she like
Yeah.
had reserves like, all right, but I've never done podcasts,
Right,
I
right.
don't even like to talk like this, like.
Facts.
And then he's like, all right, no, here's a studio, here's some mics, like here's a time slot, like, like
It's like, oh.
let's just do it.
Pull up.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I think if they won't do that part, imagine the difficulty of figuring out payroll.
Yeah.
Imagine the difficulty of figuring out,
Marketing or reaching
marketing
new
or
horizons.
it's like that stuff that difficulty never ends.
Ends, right?
Yes.
So it's like when you're running something or you boss of something or you just want to kickstart something, if you do the work of getting it started, they not ready because they won't have that grit,
Intrinsic
that
motivation.
that motivation to like
Intrinsic
do the next
motivation,
stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, that's my take on it. But I think I still agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's actually a good segue into our topic of the day, because I'm telling you, we can
Seg.
talk for hours.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah. I can,
Yeah.
Right, but there's this notion. So I talked about in the last podcast episode. This book, which I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna reread and like I bought another one of her books. I'm about to read all her books. Be a facilitator for her. Like,
come on, talk your talk. Talk your talk.
but this is me doing the most. But anyways, so
This is the same book.
the same book.
Okay, more gems.
More gems from this one book, and it's
Drop
it's a
gems.
fast read. But anyways, the book is Daring Greatly: How the Courage to Be Vulnerable Transforms the Way We Live, Love, Parent, and Lead. So, right, daring greatly. And I think we all come from a background where, like, taking risks, yes, we're risk averse to a certain degree, but like look at the path we chose. And there's no way that we can be risk averse in doing all these things that we're doing now. But with daring greatly comes engaging with our vulnerability.
Of course.
Right?
That
In the last
that darn word again.
that's freaking word.
Darn word is
Vulnerability.
crazy.
Yeah.
And like vulnerability shows up in all aspects of our lives.
Sure.
Like, you know, at least for me, like the risk of failure, right? Like being able to touch that degree and it's like this test is about to like destroy me if I don't pass it, and that's everything I've worked for is gone.
Yeah.
Right? Like that fear of failure can be so crippling sometimes. And in one of your podcast episodes, you guys mentioned, you know, vulnerability as far as emotions, right? And that's what we're going to touch on today. You know, but debunking that toxic silence and that toxic communication that, you know, you mentioned very early on that like we learn from our parents. And I talked in the last episode, like how I think the only way I'm going to grow out of my, my insecurities and toxic trauma is to show up for my daughter. Right? So if she's going to learn how to be confident in who she is, I got to show her that. But I got to address my vulnerabilities first.
Of course.
So we're going to jump in and talk about vulnerability and love.
Take a J.
Because this guy, I'm telling you, black and white, he's solid and stolid.
You know what I'm saying?
This guy, nothing phases this man.
I
Nothing.
mean,
I've thrown so many situations. And he's like, just take the day off. I don't understand.
It's simple. Like,
I feel him a little bit.
I just
though.
try to live a very stress-free life, and that it works for me.
So, I mean,
Call out.
call out.
Yo,
Yes,
man.
I will. I did. That's
Like
right.
I was at
That's what I did last week.
I called out on
I was
Wednesday.
I was at a job, and people were like, oh, they would complain. I was like, yo, if you don't want to be here, just you have the right to not be here. It's okay. We'll figure it out. Like if you don't want to, if you're gonna be here and then complain about being here, just don't come.
Yeah.
It's a very, very simple concept.
Supposedly simple.
No, you can actually do it. There's nothing stopping you from, hey, I'm not coming in today. All right, feel better. Come on, see you tomorrow.
You can actually do it.
Look at
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I'm getting hot, guys. I'm already sweating. So anyways, so I wanted, again, this quote I read in the last episode, and I want to reiterate it again because it's very poignant. Vulnerability is the last thing I want you to see in me, but the first thing that I look in you. For in you. Look for in you. Oh my gosh. Let's do that again. Okay? Same thing with the damn phone number.
Run it back.
Rewind.
Vulnerability is the last thing I want you to see in me, but the first thing I look for in you.
That's a fact.
Right?
I do.
So in this book, she talks about, you know, what that looks like for love. And when we share ourselves, whether that's our fears, our hopes, our struggles, our joy, that sparks connection. But what provides light in our darkness is our shared vulnerability.
Yeah.
So I wanted to chat about that because that's vulnerability, I feel like in our society equals weakness. And I think the only place where it's expected in is in relationships, but mostly like amorous relationships.
Yeah. That's good.
So let's dive in.
I was vulnerable once. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It scared me.
It scared
is
you.
scary.
So I was vulnerable, and I told her my deepest, darkest secrets and how I felt, and I was very open and just giving, and she just stepped all over it. So now it's like I'm very hesitant to be that vulnerable in fear. Well, like you said, fear kind of goes into it as well as
And
fear,
shame,
not
right?
so
Because you
much
felt
shame.
I think that's what it's called.
Fair
Yeah, I
works.
think a
You
little bit
feel
of shame is a
ashamed
little bit of
that
shame.
you
That I
allowed
was-
yourself.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, I think a little shame.
I did. You know what? You're right. A little bit.
I'm calling it as
A
it.
little bit. You know what I mean?
So now the next person was just like, it's a little tougher for me to like just fully express my feelings. But I'll make it through.
I think the thing with vulnerability is, like, needless to say, we all know that it comes with some kind of possibility of disappointment,
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
right, or failure attached
That's
to
right.
it.
literally
You know what I
the-
mean?
the term.
Yeah, like
the
we
definition.
know that it's gonna. That's
She
bound
is an
to.
English
Yeah.
major.
But I think the problem with most people being vulnerable is usually you're vulnerable about something that you want to better yourself in, like an area where you're trying to improve. And if you share that vulnerability with someone and they misuse it or mishandle it, mistreat it in some way, it's like, all right, I'm already trying to
Figure
lose
it out,
weight.
right,
Why
right.
why are you not supporting me though? Why are you mishandling
Like throwing
this
it in my
information?
face.
I'm already trying to deal with me by myself.
Right,
now I got to
right.
deal with you breaking.
Dealing with me
You know what
that
I'm
way,
saying?
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think it's like fighting two things. It's like I'm already doing this internal work. Now I got to do this external work because you hurt me deeper.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of
Uh,
the trouble with vulnerability.
I also think, like, we can't talk vulnerability without talking the work and foundation that's been put in to build trust.
Yeah.
So with the example you gave, Dr. Joe, is like, out of the book, she says, vulnerability is the first thing I look for in you, but the last thing I give from myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I've been with me. And I actually trust me to handle your vulnerabilities more than I trust you to handle mine.
Mm-hmm.
So the assumption, a little bit of pride is in there too. It's like,
Right.
I'm better at this than you are.
Right.
Which may
I
not be
can
the
hold
case.
I can hold more of your stuff than you can hold of mine. So really what has to happen is building trust to show, all right,
I think you at this point you now can
yeah, it's like
some of
Bear
these
my
are
weight.
Earned
right.
access to the
Right.
space.
precisely like
Yeah.
right now, if I gave, I don't know, like sometimes the girls, my daughters, want to help us carry groceries in the house, right? I'm not gonna give them
The heaviest
the bag that has all of
All
the
the
coconut
juices,
water,
right,
and you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, hey, carry the
bread.
bread.
Right.
Seems like you carry it lightly, then it's like, oh, okay. I here, take the bread with the
Watermelon or something.
Oh my god.
watermelon, man.
No, the sliced up ones. Like
Oh,
I'm like, you might as well carry the coconut water.
You're gonna give the watermelon.
Even I was like, wait, hey.
You give my daughter the watermelon.
She's ready. She
free
knows.
sliced
You know what I'm saying? And then you see how they
Oh,
handle it. So
right.
I think it's I can trust that they can carry this because I gave them something smaller. So I think if you're working on that,
Like little by little, like
yeah, it's like
pockets.
share something that you think that if they did, bring back up in your face and try to like use against you. It
wouldn't
wouldn't hurt
snuff
you
you,
because
right,
you're
right.
over it.
It's not
Right, right.
consequential.
Give them that.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
How do they handle that?
That's a good method.
How do they deal with that over time? It's like, oh, okay.
Little morsels
what I
of
mean?
vulnerability.
Yeah.
Yeah, little morsels.
Yeah.
Little morsels. Because I mean, what you
Sounds
don't want
like
is
a
to
good-
lit
Sounds like a title.
little morsels.
Morsels of vulnerability.
Morsels of vulnerability. Maybe your book, Dr.
Yeah.
Joe.
Oh, boy.
Morsels of vulnerability. But because what you don't want to do, right, is like live your life too scared to be broken. Right? You're a doctor, so you can. I mean,
Sometimes.
this may not be your area. This may not be your area, but I'm gonna throw this out there, and you tell me if like this makes sense. But if I broke my arm, I wouldn't live the rest of my life without letting you do the things you need to do to get it back to heal. Right? I don't expect my arm to stay broken because it's designed to heal.
Right.
It's designed to recover. You know what I mean? So if that means she got to put a cast on it, and she got to put a cast on it. If that means she got to like, ooh, let me look at it.
It's not.
You
You're
know-
not never gonna use your arm again
Yeah.
in fear of
Yeah,
it
so-
being broken.
So
Yeah.
we got to use our hearts again too. We got to use love again, even if it's been broken. I don't expect my love to be broken the rest of my life because then it limits the amount of fruitful relationships
You
I
have.
can have because they won't be fruitful if I don't ever give myself
that's
that.
that's where I'm at. That's why I'm just giving.
There you go.
But then also I
Spreading
think
love.
what happens, like once you provide those morsels of
Give it up for
vulnerability.
morsels of vulnerability. I'm taking a shot.
Y'all are killing me.
Morsels of vulnerability.
But
I love this.
I think to take it a step further, like once you've expose that vulnerability and someone misuses it,
Yeah.
do you communicate that?
You should.
Right? Like, is that
Okay.
feedback provided? Because,
You always communicate it, even when you don't think you're communicating it.
like, with body language?
Distance, body language, communication, short fuse. It's gonna come out.
But how does it come out in a healthy way?
Now, I'm gearing us to, because it's always gonna come out. We just don't know that it's always gonna come out. It's gonna come out when we're like, hey, can you pick up that? You always asking me to do something.
Hey.
Get some watermelon from the girl. It's like, why are you screaming about watermelon? It's like, oh, this is not about watermelon.
Yeah,
You're mad about
Or something else.
That's me.
So it's gonna come out.
Oh.
That's me.
Me too.
Whispering on the mic is crazy.
Look
On
at
an
us.
amplifying object.
Amplified object is great.
Look at us. We're being vulnerable right now.
There you go.
There's a whole lot of vulnerability in there.
There is.
More than morsels.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
that's another great. More than morsels.
More than morsels.
Loads of vulnerability. Loads of vulnerability.
I guess we're a baking crowd.
Yeah. Maybe we're hungry.
Hungry, yeah.
Might be
I
hungry.
think the healthiest way though to communicate that is to verbalize it. Hey,
Yes.
you did I gave you this bit of information, or I let you into this space, and I wasn't comfortable with the way you responded to it, the way you
Yes.
handled it. You did this, blah blah blah. If you hold it in, it's just gonna, like Deshaun mentioned, come out at the most inopportune, unexpected times, and then you're gonna be even more defensive. Why are you screaming at me about watermelon? And you're gonna try to defend the watermelon situation. You may not even realize that the reason you are so angry or tense is because they mishandled you.
Yeah, I've done both.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Like there's times when I gave vulnerability and they didn't react or receive it the way I hoped they would, and I just created distance is like I guess my defense mechanism.
Yeah.
And I just like
Facts.
Retract.
and I'm an extremist, so my distance is like I'm
Oh,
extremist and
a
petty.
marathon
Yeah,
of a distance.
Like
I think I'm wired the same way though.
like when I think like, all right, no, there's distance. No, I'm like, there's a year and a half that I'm not saying anything to you.
Yeah.
And
But
then we spoke again, and at that point I was able to verbalize, and then she was just like, wow, I never knew that.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
But I think that's why in our generation, like, ghosting is so rampant, right? Like, it's because we don't respect feedback, right? Like, if you hurt me, like, how can I know? How can I?
I didn't even know that I hurt you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because part of that vulnerability is I'm getting to know you, you're getting to know me. So I may not know that something is a trigger for you.
Right.
So you have to tell me.
Yeah.
Because how can we grow from this? How can I know to not do this thing again if this is brand new for me?
and then the another weird that just came up, the way that I handled that situation, somebody did that to me, and I did it the same way, and I was like, damn, like
right.
that's
Why did I learn
that's
from
word,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that's crazy, because I was like in high school I was in a relationship, and she would not tell me anything like what was going on, and I used to hate that. And then full circle I did the same thing to somebody else.
Yeah, listen, one of my mentors said to me one time that proactive people prepare, reactive people repair. So if you don't want to spend your life doing a lot of repair, then you have to do more preparation.
Right.
The way that transfers in terms of relationships, if you know you're about to be vulnerable, I think you should like call your shot. I think it's like, hey, I'm about to share something with you that I'm going to be honest, it's like a little bit, it's a little sensitive. It's a trigger for me if you bring this back up in this way, right?
Name it straight out the gate.
So
Right.
now if you do it, I know you're
know
trying to
that you
intentionally
know it.
hurt me,
Right.
but I named up front.
Right.
What this will do, yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm like trying to figure out, like, are you the one I really want to rock with? Because you'd intentionally hurt me when I named that this is the thing,
Right.
Yeah,
or this is how that thing
affects me.
So I say that to say, like, when you can, because it takes a great deal. I think we're talking from a
In
space of like
hindsight,
healthy
right,
relationships,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
If you can, if you're self-aware enough to know you're about to be vulnerable, call your shot. Like, name, this is something that I don't share with most people. And I don't because it's been used against me in the past. So please don't use it against me. But listen, let me tell you something. This is what goes through my head, my heart, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Sure.
try to be as proactive up front if it's somebody you're getting to know better.
Yeah.
What are these eyes?
I'm just. I hope you. I mean, this is
No.
some growth.
Whoa.
I mean,
Yeah,
this
she
is
kind of
some
like
growth.
targeted you, bro.
Jason, are you listening?
Take note.
No, like it does resonate. Like I feel like I do that, but just not fully, like in morsels.
In morsel. So I think like one of the few things I miss about being in like academic medicine is that we were always hinging on feedback, right? We had a whole system of like every rotation, every 4 weeks, you were getting feedback from somebody, whether that was daily, whether that was at the end of the rotation, it was all the time. And I hate the sandwich method because I'm just like, why do we have to fluff things up?
Yeah.
But I understand like, ego and this field is nuts, but right, like I was used to like, how am I performing? How can I improve?
Right.
If there's one place where I learned that thing was when through my training, and it was like, how can I improve? And that was always a question seared into my brain and something I was always trained to ask, because at the end of the day, right, I want to be better for my patients. I want to be better for myself.
And you don't want to make the same mistakes over and over.
Exactly, right? Like, so, but, unfortunately, some people wait until the end to give that feedback that's written. Like, you saw
Why'd
me
you let me
every
continue this?
day.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me up front, like in person? And I think it's because it's uncomfortable, right? These are very uncomfortable conversations to have, especially when, one, there's a power dynamic, right? You're my superior. And two, like, I'm at a vulnerable place where, like, I'm learning so much. I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. And I might not receive your feedback.
Yeah.
So when I left medicine, I'm just like, no one gives feedback.
Give me feedback.
I even proposed to my job. I'm like, can we have a bi-directional feedback portal? Like, so we can, like, right? Like,
Oh, what?
I was like, I will create it for
Call out.
you.
And she wants to create.
Medicine. Just call out. Me calling out is the feedback. Sucks here.
She wants to create the portal for them.
Yeah. It's interesting you bring that up because, like, when I worked in education, I was a dean. Well, I was a teacher, behavior specialist, and a dean over the course of like 6-7 years at a middle school, and we actually took that model from academic medicine training, our feedback model. So like, if like when I was a dean and I coached teachers in terms of like driving high instruction in the classroom, yada yada yada. If I came in to do an observation, if I saw something wrong, we had ways of giving feedback in the moment, right? But here's why we were trained to do that, and I think it's going to speak to your point. I don't think it's just a matter of people. What was the reason you said that you don't think
it properly?
Yeah, people wouldn't
The
receive it
power
properly.
dynamic.
Power
Very
dynamics.
uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. I think it's actually more than that. I think it's that, and I think it's we got to reframe what's at stake. The reason feedback is so much more accepted in the academic medical setting is because what's at stake. If the surgeon gets this wrong, somebody dies. Right? Like somebody's immediate physical health is at stake. In other contexts, it doesn't transfer as quickly because somebody dying emotionally doesn't look the same.
The consequences are not as immediate.
Or it is immediate, but we can't see it yet.
Right.
Whereas if somebody dropped dead in front of us, we could see it. I can feel their pulse. I can feel their heart. I can see it. Whereas like something going wrong emotionally or something going wrong in a classroom for a student, I don't know that they're actually their mental, their imagination is being killed right now through bad teaching.
Yes, and she talks about a lot of teaching examples.
There you go.
And she was like, usually in the adults she's interviewing, their first experience of shame is in elementary school.
Yeah. Right.
And like I remember, I was like in 4th grade in the main office. I couldn't unbutton my pants and I peed. And I remember the secretary, like like, ew, you stink. Get out of the main office, right? Like this is seared in my, I'm 9 and
And you peed yourself?
It was, them
She
jeans
couldn't
that
get
have
the-
like the 5 buttons. Like, why would
Those
my
were
butt-
really popular in the 90s.
Yes. So I'm like,
Like kids have trouble getting out of them
so whatever, I couldn't unbutton, but like, it's crazy that like as adults, our earliest examples of shame is in the educational setting, and that's where like dreams and aspirations and like
formed and stuff.
Right. We were taught to interject right away. So my point is, in a relationship, how do we reframe what's at stake? Something is dying every time
Oh man.
we hurt each other this way.
Right.
Something dies. Something in Jason is still broken from vulnerability.
Oh, we know.
One time.
Broken.
One time. So it's like that girl didn't know something was dying in that moment.
She knows now.
She knows if she
I hope
watches
she
the show.
watches.
Call in and make it up.
Cause
I'll
there's
send
an
it to her.
ice
But
box
if we have that type of seriousness, like yo, we could really we could really destroy someone's capacity, someone's emotional health, someone's mental health, then we'd be a lot more aware of making feedback a comfortable thing in our home.
Yeah.
Or in our relationship. We may not live together, you know what I mean?
So we're gonna give you more morsels. Okay, but this is a loaf, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe you're not familiar to giving feedback, whether medical, educational. So in Daring Greatly, she has a whole page of this, of when you're ready to give feedback to your partner, or a relationship. So the first one, I'm ready to sit next to you rather than across from you.
Yeah, I saw that. Sorry.
She's a social
I read
worker in
a little
training.
bit of the book.
And that's like important. I mean, in my training too, right? Like if you're standing up versus sitting down,
Yeah.
how you position your body speaks volumes.
Absolutely.
And this is a table can create this this space,
Separation. Yeah.
and it also gives you like a false sense of like shield. So I think sitting next to next with nothing like in between you is like your guards are down. Second point, I'm willing to put the problem in front of us rather than between us or sliding it towards you. I don't know about that one.
What don't you know about it? Just curious, like,
I think it's hard to objectify a problem.
Like who's the root cause of it?
Right, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's you.
yeah.
So to put it in front rather than like,
Or just like it's a problem. It's not like your problem or my problem. It's just a problem that just
Something
needs to
else.
be addressed.
I feel like we're about to say the same
I
thing.
think we are. Go
So
ahead. So you
something
got
else
it.
that we recently discussed on one of our previous episodes was how we deal with problems in relationships, and we have to recognize that we're partners, right? We're husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, but it's a partnership in many ways, and we have to change how we view problems. That it's not me versus you, but it's me and you versus it. Right? So this problem should never be between us.
yes.
It should always be before us, where we're kind of looking ahead and trying to figure out how we're going to tackle it, overcome it together, whether we have the same view on how to overcome it. But it should never be between us or one person taking more responsibility for it. It should be us together figuring out how to resolve it.
Right, because I when we talked about that, my whole context, and Jay would know, my whole context was sports, right? We played ball together a lot.
Oh, I did hear this.
My whole context was sports because
Shaquille O'Neal. Was it that one?
that was in Bible study, but
Oh, shoot.
Still,
you're merging different things. I'm glad it resonated.
Another facet.
But I think we've had issues where like back in college where we've been on the same teams, like, yo, bro, that was your assignment. That was your, you know what I mean? Like you were supposed to slide over and contest that shot. It was like, no, that was you. You was closer. Like, no, the rotation is you. Right. So now we're arguing about. So now we're attacking each other versus realizing we're attacking each other about somebody else doing something to our team.
right.
So the problem is trying to do something to your team. So even though y'all have different opinions about it,
You're still a team.
you're still a team. And I think that mindset sort of like shifts things. So like, I'm gonna use a very basic example, even though I know relationship issues get a lot more complicated than this. Let's take money. Let's say we get in an argument about money, about like finances, right? We hit a wall. We were in some really, really tough financial straits. And Amanda thinks I should take out a loan against my 401k, right? Like, hey, take this out. Let's pay for whatever we got to take care of. I say, no, I'm going to get a second job, right? The issue is still that we don't want to be broke.
Right.
And when we attack it, like, neither one of us want to be broke. That's the common ground.
Right.
She just says, yo, my motivation is I don't want you to have more time away from me.
Right.
So I don't want you to get a second job.
Yeah.
And my motivation is I want more security for my family in the future.
So I'm
So
not
I don't want to
Yeah,
borrow because my
taking
phone.
the sacrifice.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, that was a good example. That's not even an issue we've had. That's a good example. But so now we still got to like attack it where it's like, hey, I don't agree with your part because it is, I don't agree with your part. But I'm not attacking your character.
Right.
Because I think.
Well, that's a stupid idea. Why
Yeah,
would you
like,
wanna-
that's when it's-
now I gotta be home with the kids every night.
Your idea is stupid. I'm stupid. No, I didn't say you're stupid. Your idea is stupid. That's calling me stupid. So now we're arguing about who's stupid. It's like
It's about money.
money is still over there. Like I'm getting buckets right now. I'm scoring while y'all fighting about whose rotation it was.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying? So it's not the end all be all to fix everything, but it's like it's the good start to realize we're on the same team. It's this thing against us, not me against you. And you kind of like shit. It's not a complete answer, but it's a good start to disagreements. But anyway, problem in between us. Next.
Yes. I'm ready to listen, ask questions, and accept that I may not fully understand the issue. And,
Hard.
that's hard.
Okay.
Because sometimes,
Easy.
even like Mr. Dr.
me.
Joe, what?
No, she think I was taking a shot at her. I was talking about me.
Oh.
I said it's hard. She's like,
Oh,
easy.
The word easy. Oh, yes. Like this one. Call out.
Just call.
Easy.
Calling out is legendary now. Yeah, just call out.
Right. I think also because, so even yesterday, Mr. Dr. Joe was like, okay, explain to me why you're so pressed. Because I had to submit a research abstract for this conference and I didn't feel confident in it. He's like, but can you explain to me, like, what is it? And I'm just like, I don't want to explain it to you, right? Like, it's it's a lot of work to explain some things that, like, if you're not in it,
you wouldn't understand. No,
right,
that's totally
right?
understandable.
Like, why are you stressing over a 450-word abstract? Like, it doesn't make sense to stress over something.
Was it like 2 paragraphs, 3 paragraphs?
It's 3 in a sentence. Like, it's just, and he's like, but why are you stressing over extracurriculars? And that he said 3 days ago, and till this day I'm still like
Processing.
ruminating. Yes,
Ruminating.
Yes,
That's
the
a
word.
great word.
I know. She does it all the time. But that has come up before. That's like the 3rd time.
Ruminating?
So I know it. Yeah.
He knows the definition,
Yeah.
and then he asks why I use it all the time.
What's the root connection there between like ruminating and like rheumatoid arthritis? Is it because it like
Well, ruminating,
it's like something sets
they're
in?
not spelled the same.
They're not?
No, rheumatoid is RH.
RH.
Yeah,
And ruminating is not RH?
it's RUM.
Oh, so never mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just trying to see if there was a
Although,
connection of like.
arthritis,
Well,
like,
yeah.
can travel, like, but ruminating is like you're at the same place, though.
Yeah, it's
thinking about it.
So
Like,
rheumatoid
Yeah.
arthritis travels or does it stay in the same place?
I think it depends on the person.
Oh, okay, all
And
right. So
we're
I'll
like-
leave it alone. I'll leave the medical stuff alone. I just want to see if there was a
But
connection. I'm
I
a
do
word
like,
guy, so I want to
the
see. You know what I'm
yes, I did realize that.
saying? Yeah. What, that I'm a word guy?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, in
Yeah,
Bible
he's
study,
good with
how you break down the words. So
Extracurricular.
he likes asking a lot of questions, and he's pointed it out to me that I get easily flustered, and I don't know if it's because I associate asking questions with like questioning
You?
me.
No, it's just he
Might
just,
be
he
onto
just
something.
wants better understanding. of
And
how
I know
to
that.
And you take it like as
No,
an
no,
attack.
Like
she
a hit.
internalizes
Like,
it a different
why
way
are
than
you
what he
coming
means
to
it.
me?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, please, one question at a time.
He only asked you one.
Shout out to Andre. Mr. Dr. Joe only asking
If
one
he was
question.
here, he would be like,
But you take it as a personal attack rather than
Yes.
his pursuit to try to gain understanding.
like genuine interest, and like
Yeah.
I want to understand
Yeah, so he
because
can
I
help
don't
you.
know.
Right.
Yes. So that's the asking questions is triggering for me.
What if that's his... What if there's a common ground there based on something you just mentioned that you actually desire, which is feedback?
I was just about to say it might.
What
be
if his
rooted
question
in your
asking is
medical
his
experience.
entry point into feedback? Like, hey, if she does mention something that I think is problematic, I can offer feedback in this space.
If I
And I
understand
think
more.
that is true.
So then you can actually embrace his questions from a more positive aspect because it's actually something you do desire, which is feedback.
But then he also complains that I don't really take his feedback seriously.
Like, you're not a doctor, you don't know.
No, like even for
What
the
do you know? What
podcast,
feedback?
right? Like
Feedback I need from you. Like,
I was reflecting about the podcast, and I'm like, like I was ready to quit a long time ago, and he's like, I've been telling you about the strategies, and he'll ask me, he's like, what is your intention? And I'm like, oh.
And when we went out to eat, that was one of the first questions that he asked us. Like, okay, so what's your niche?
She's like,
And he looked at her like.
So he asked again yesterday, and I think he was like, let me be your producer. I was like, and he's like, you know what, you don't want me to be your producer. And I think that is true. I think he asked questions as a segue to give me feedback.
let's let him produce 2 episodes.
See how he does with
Like a trial.
Okay.
Wait, before we just jump into that, there's something else personal going on. I'm sorry. This is the pastor.
This is the pastor. Go.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
I
everybody.
haven't. Yeah, I am. I'm sorry. This is going to be very vulnerable. Requires maybe some morsels of vulnerability. Not a loaf.
Okay.
It might lead to a loaf. I don't know. Do you really like feedback, or do you only like feedback from certain authorities?
It's probably the latter.
Okay.
But then the thing is,
she likes validation from people. So like,
well, yes,
that's part of it too.
but also, and the thing is, I'm realizing, and that's crazy that I'm realizing, but like, Andre's feedback is always 100%.
Yeah, he's legit.
Like, even like,
Shout out to Dre. Hey, Dr. Joe. Shot of coconut water.
I love listening to him speak to like his coworkers, like his family members, because like he's
so level-headed.
such good.
He's so level-headed.
Oh, how the hell did we like get together?
Yeah.
Right? Like, is a hot head and a level head is just.
I've screamed at Andre once. We played basketball together for 4 years straight. I screamed at Andre once.
Oh man.
And I've screamed at people a lot. I've screamed at Andre
A lot.
once.
Yeah.
He just doesn't make mistakes.
He doesn't make mistakes.
He doesn't make mistakes. He's so level-headed, and it transfers in everything.
Everything. And the thing
That
is
is
like, when is it gonna click for me? Right? Like, and it's starting. It's like, okay, Joe, like your husband is legit, right? Like, but something has to intrinsically, and you know, I love that word, but has to happen. That is just like, Joe, when your husband speaks, like, no, you know, it comes from a good place.
Yeah.
And you know, he's like 100%.
Yeah.
So why is
no
it
impure motives when he's giving you the feedback?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like, why is it that his feedback is like,
You just shrug it, like you just brush it. It's like, all right.
yeah, or it's just like I don't listen.
I have to interject. I have to be vulnerable.
Oh.
I feel like I owe Andre an apology.
Uh-oh.
I just reflected on the one time that I did scream at him. You know what I was mad at?
Uh-oh.
That we was getting smacked. We were losing bad, and I was mad that my team didn't get back on defense. And I realized I wasn't mad at Andre.
No.
Oh.
I was mad because we were losing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably doing
Sorry.
what
I'm
he
sorry,
had to
Dre.
do.
I'm
Sorry,
sorry,
Mr.
Dre.
Dr.
Well, he wasn't back on defense, but
Oh.
I don't think I would have got mad if we were winning.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was really mad at the fact that we were losing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to take us off, but Andre, I owe you an
Blurt that
apology. I'm sorry. Too much information. Bloop, 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 bloop. Mr. Dr. Joe. Yeah, let's work that out when y'all do y'all edits.
Yeah.
Look, you made it
I owe you an apology.
Huh?
MDJ. It's Mr.
All right.
Dr. Joe.
MDJ.
Oh, okay.
MDJ, I know you an apology.
I mean, we'll call him
Yeah, you
Dre.
guys
That's fine. Okay. That was some morsels.
Yeah, morsels.
Oh my gosh.
You
Vulnerability.
gotta be vulnerable, man. When you notice it, you gotta.
Vulnerabilities all over.
What a mess.
Just spread out. Oh, look.
Guys, I'm fully sweating right now. Okay.
It's just no light. I mean, it makes me look good because it's glowing.
Yes, and
Yeah,
your facial work, but.
You know, preserving my sexy.
All right, we're gonna move this along. All right. I want to acknowledge what you do well instead of picking apart your mistakes, which is important. I recognize your strengths and how you can use them.
Can I add a caveat to that?
Yeah, go ahead. That's like the sandwich method. Which
I think recognizing what you do well often creates enough trust for me to pick at mistakes that I think are harmful. You know that it's going to come from a good space because I actually have a ratio where I actually recognize your good things way more than I recognize the bad.
The bad,
Right.
yeah.
So when I do pick at, hey, I think you can take it like, instead of saying you judging me, it's like, yeah, I'll consider that.
Yeah.
Or why do you think we can at least have a conversation where you don't
about
feel
it,
like you're
yeah.
being attacked.
Right.
Yeah.
So that plus do it so that when there are mistakes, you don't have to feel like you can't say anything, but I actually can say it from a good place
Good
because you
place.
trust
Right.
that I'm always going to give you the best feedback, which is kind of connected to you and Mr. Dr. Joe's.
Yeah, 100%. Mr. 100%. Never fails.
Never.
I recognize your strengths and how you can use them to address your challenges. She gives more examples about that in the book, and I was like, that's hard. Right? Like, if my strengths are like doing things, and I don't know.
It's a lot of work.
It is. Using your strengths to address your challenges, like your deficits.
That's like life coaching a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work for your spouse to be doing. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if that's their job.
Oh.
I don't know that I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Not
maybe
that it should never happen.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I should make a habit of like life coaching you. I think we should like
Coach each other? Like,
no, I think
That's some.
hey baby, I noticed this. If we have the financial ability, like, oh, you should
Get a therapist or
Why?
something.
Oh.
Like that's
Like,
your
yo, they can
homework.
help you work through. Yeah, they can help you work through. I don't know if everybody
that's
in a relationship
my-
has that. That takes,
That's my responsibility.
to teach you how to take something you're good at and use it to adjust. That requires plotting,
I gotta do that myself.
timetables,
I gotta do it for you
goal
too?
setting,
Too much.
strategizing. I think it requires a lot more than it's
Just that. Like,
stated in
yeah.
that sentence.
And you have to be actually good at it to pull
Yeah.
something that weighty off. Like, I can't use that method if that's not something that I'm good at. So there's some nuance there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
that
think it's a
sounds like
great thing, but it's
outside
like,
work.
I don't know if it's.
Like the statement sounds good, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah, absolutely. I just don't
It's
know
cute,
if every.
but-
I don't know if every partner is equipped to
Yeah,
To
to
do-
handle
yeah.
that.
to do that for their
Right.
spouse.
Yeah.
That's
Let alone
that's
yourselves.
Hard. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard.
It is definitely hard. I can hold you accountable without shaming or blaming you. And that kind of goes back to what you said with
Yeah.
trust.
Yeah,
I'm willing to own my part.
yeah,
Have to, yeah.
necessary.
I can genuinely thank you for your efforts rather than criticize you for your feelings. And I think like that's that takes intentionality.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
thank you. Right?
For
Even
effort.
like yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Big
yeah.
E
Not
for
success,
just
but
the
just
attempt,
the try.
effort, yeah.
Yes. Because like that goes into parenting too.
Oh,
right? Like
Yeah.
yes, you made a mess in the kitchen, but good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
for,
now I
like-
have to clean it up.
Yes.
Because you can't play with knives. Been there.
Yes.
I'm constantly going through that conversation when it comes to my girls. Like, I think one of the hardest things about parenting is trying to figure out when you stop them because you think they're gonna like hurt themselves or harm something,
Right.
or when stopping them is only because you don't want to be
You don't want them
inconvenienced.
right.
Like, I don't want
yeah.
to be inconvenienced with having to clean this up, so I'm stopping you. But
That's right.
what else am I stopping at the same time?
Yes.
Your creativity, your imagination, your
Right.
Your
exploration,
willingness
Yeah.
to your independence.
your
like that.
independence,
Yes.
your grit, right? Like, it's like, oh, what? All right.
Or make the mess, but you got to clean it up when you finish.
Yes.
I
But
tell
then
them
like, how
that all
many
the
times I
time.
gotta ask you, did you pick it up? Did you pick it up? Did you?
Why
I'm
are there
like,
scissors on the floor?
Nah, not with that face. That's your vulnerable. That's your vulnerable.
Gentle parenting.
That's the,
But yeah.
It
the
takes
vulnerable morsel of vulnerability face.
oh my God.
Did you
Get
wipe
out
the
face.
paint off the walls?
It takes me. Oh my gosh! I took Val to the park this, because it's been nice, and I'm more of like the distant parent. Like I'm gonna sit in a corner and watch you from afar, and just
Yeah.
make sure you're not doing anything dangerous.
Right.
But whatever.
Yeah.
I ended up talking to my neighbor, and apparently she flips on the swing it lands on. I didn't hear. Mind you, I'm next to her, and
Yeah.
I don't see it. I didn't hear it. I have 5 moms.
Run over.
Who is her mom? Who's her mom? She just flipped over. We're just
right,
all over
calm
the park looking for her. And I was
down.
like, I'm her mom.
All over the park. Stop it.
Yeah, I'm like, so I guess like what, by process of elimination, I must be the distracted mom whose child just flipped over the swing. Like, she didn't cry.
She's
She
not
dusted
hurt.
herself off.
Yeah.
And
She
she's
got
back,
back
on the
on the
swing.
swing.
And I was
Yeah.
like, what's like,
Calm down.
she's fine.
please.
Yeah. Why
But
That's how I felt the other day when Zara got stuck. They was outside playing. She got stuck in something, and all you had to
Yeah, she got stuck outside. We can see the park from our balcony and we can hear them. So we just let them go out and, periodically check on them. So, there's Mommy! And I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
Zara got her leg stuck. And whatever, I hear Zara crying. So I go down, I see, and her knee is like wedged between the bars. So I, eased it out. Are you okay? make sure there was no scratch, no blood. She was able to walk just fine.
Yeah.
We took her upstairs. Deshaun did some exercises. Make sure you can move it this way, that way. It's a swollen, blah, blah, blah. She was back outside in 3 minutes running and flipping again, but...
No, I'm bringing that up because of you.
I know, but I'm trying to just tell them the story first.
I had to fight, like, trying to get Amanda to, like, calm. She's like... And it was like...
I ran
I think she all right. Like, her... I don't know, because you do have two siblings.
The pitch of the cry?
Like, you do have 2 siblings, but I have 5. And we was outside. You know what I mean? Like, we was raised in the East 90s, Brooklyn. We was outside. So it's like... Amanda wasn't outside as much as me, so it's like I could tell when a sibling knows their sibling is in like deep, like danger. It was like Yaya was calling mommy loudly, but
just to bring attention.
It was it wasn't like Zara's hurt. So in my head, I had already registered Zara's okay, just needs a little attention. Yeah, Amanda was like.
I ran outside for
the
that.
way she was shuffling over them shoes, I was like, yo, bro. But you know what? I'm going to let her be mom.
It was Zara crying and Yanea calling me.
Yes, but
and her leg is
far.
stuck. I'm like, what if she's hanging upside down from the monkey bars and then falls and...
I'm not
He
stopping
allowed you to do your
I didn't stop you. This is the first time you're hearing about it. But in my head, I'm like, she's good.
I can see it in your
siblings,
face.
My siblings have been hurt before, like, by me. And it's like, ah! You know, like, bleeding. And I'm like, and I'm crying because you feel it.
Yeah.
She was fine. I was like, Mommy's already stop. I'm like, right. But Amanda, it was like,
I didn't transfer over that rattleness.
Kids bounce back quick.
They sure do.
They bounce back faster than us.
That's why I chose pediatrics.
Yeah.
The resilience in kids, like you know a kid is good when
emotional
they're back to
resilience,
yeah,
physical
the energy,
resilience.
Yeah.
They're resilient in everything.
Everything.
Shout out to kids. Yay! We got to get back to that as adults.
Yes.
Kid.
I'm resilient.
Like everything.
Resilient.
Like imagination.
The joy,
carelessness, calling out without caring.
Oh, that's me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Mad resilient.
He was just saying that.
Like, resilient. Like kids are like, they the best. Man.
They're honest. They're
raw.
It's
like they
raw. Yeah.
It's us who teaches them how to like add on these masks and stuff.
Yeah. Not me when I get kids.
I'm sorry, I'm taking this episode to a different place. But vulnerability is about being more childlike.
Oh.
Like it's okay if I get hurt, I'll recover.
Yes, and bounce back.
That's what vulnerability is, being more childlike. There's nothing my child feels that they won't come in like, or.
Yeah, all different. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta get back to that.
Yes, we do.
I have a friend the other day that she was parenting like in volleyball, and like her daughter wasn't doing too good, and then she was like trying to express her like, hey, you know, you have to like pick it up. She's like, you hurt my feelings. It's like,
no, you do better.
Yeah, and then it's like, first of all, this generation is soft as hell.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's a whole
Especially
different.
with this gentle parenting stuff, soft.
Okay. Sorry. We gotta edit that out too.
Soft.
You don't ever want the gentle parenting community.
No, this one loves it. He loves
You gotta bring them on for a show, for a conversation.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell them to their face.
Soft.
Soft. You're raising soft kids out there. But I mean, I get it. It's cool. Like,
it's cool. Oh my god.
You gotta strike a balance though, because I think we do need some of the
rewiring
harshness that our parents, most of the 80s, 90s
yeah,
children
like
got,
just
but
like remix
a lot
it.
more
emotional intelligence.
Like our parents were so reactive. Hey, they're screaming about everything. Many of us, didn't really get an opportunity to voice our emotions,
at all.
Express why we were angry, why we were frustrated, why we were disappointed. I'd give you something to cry about. Shut up, go do it. And we didn't.
I already got something to cry about the first
you better
time
go depress those dishes.
I'm crying already.
Yo, another memory I have is 4th grade.
Fourth grade was a rough year, huh?
Yeah,
that was 3rd grade, I think.
You're 9 years old, choosing 3rd grade.
Yes. Oh no, 8. Sorry, 8 is 3rd. 9 is 4th. I was in 4th grade, and I was being a little gossipy about the teacher's son. He was cute. But, some girl liked him in class. Anyway,
and you took him?
I passed a note to the girl. I'm like, hey, so and so told your secret. So the teacher got a wind of the note because it's about her son. So she called my parents, especially my mama bear, who doesn't people's perception of us is high for her.
That's where you get it from.
This kid this guy Jeffrey goes out in the yard And he was like, Joanne's about to get in trouble. And my mom is searing, right? Like, one, she got a call, and two, she got this child in the yard saying that her daughter is about to get in trouble. Yo, that was the longest walk of my life. She's like, don't you worry about what happens when you get home. Bro, when I tell you the amount of comforters I had on me, it was insane. But that, like, wait till you get home, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like it creates so much fear.
Like, why are you making me so anxious? You're supposed to protect me.
And home is supposed to be a refuge.
Never addressed the shame of the situation that you must have felt.
Yes.
Of getting caught when you didn't really do something like
terrible.
That wrong.
Like, I'm still just, like, you mean, like, so, but like that's communication. Like, my mom could have just be like, what happened? Why'd you do that? Right? Like,
it's just straight punishment because I'm embarrassed as a parent rather than what happened.
Exactly.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't be that guy. Hear your kids out, which is something that I'm still learning and unlearning from my past. Like, I need to listen to you. How are you feeling? Why are you feeling this way? Okay, let's manage these emotions a different way. This is how we handle it next time if this situation happens.
It's gentle parenting.
Yeah.
You didn't let that simmer enough. You said sometimes the simmer.
Okay.
Who got the keys to my Beamer?
Who am I? The girls, them sugar. Sorry.
We got some Jamaicans in the house, so
yeah.
they repping over here. But that's so like the parent is really reacting because they're embarrassed.
Yeah.
Not because of
not
it's not the situation. Because it wasn't a big deal.
It wasn't. I'm like, listen, I was just trying to tell her she ain't her friend. She trifling.
What's the median between like gentle parenting and like non-gentle?
I think Amanda was kind of getting at it. It was like
just figure out
allowing more space for like exploration of their feelings. So like allowing them to talk about things, even when it's something that's like this will never go down in my house.
Right.
Shifting your tone, dropping your tone, being stern in certain moments, even body positioning. If you want to connect with them more, leveling with them. If you're trying to show them like, hey, this will never happen again. You kind of higher than them a little bit. But I just think it just that middle place is just more space for expression of what's happening. They need to be able to articulate what's going on. Which is why, not being funny, but what would take, and I'm not like taking shots at you or the girl that did it to you, but what would take a year for her to communicate, for you to communicate that you did something to me? Or a year for the other girl to communicate, hey, this was done to me, or you did this to me. It's like, why? Because I'm not used to
that type of expression.
Doing that kind of journey inside.
Yeah.
And then like letting it come out of my mouth. I gotta work on that
that's
muscle.
Something that I've learned, and even in certain situations, it's a little difficult. But I've must of enough confidence to be able to like do the inner workings. Like, hey, if something doesn't feel right, or if I feel a way, like I'm gonna express it to you rather than just like ice you.
Yeah.
And that goes to our last point. Yeah. I can model the vulnerability and openness that I expect to see from you.
Yeah.
Right, and I think that's the important part, and I think that's what we're trying to learn in parenting is the modeling. And like I kind of brought it up before, right? Like if I want her to be confident in her skin, I have to show that to her. Because where is she going to learn it from? Like outside sources, and then peer pressure and all the social pressures. But right, if I want her to be the best version of herself, that means I have to do it myself. Yeah.
Facts.
And that's it. Yeah. That's all you gotta do to give feedback, to know when you're ready to give feedback to your partner.
That's all you gotta do. Is crazy.
After an hour and a half, that's all you have to do.
It's easy.
Yes,
easy money.
But guys, this was amazing.
I truly enjoyed myself.
This was excellent.
This is one for the record books.
We are
this one
very hydrated. And we're going to leave you with this random act of kindness, which is to connect with a conversation. Right?
I like that.
So we're gonna work on that. All right? That's gonna be a good random act of kindness for you.
Yes, I'm gonna
connect with the conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of did that the other day, but I'm gonna do it some more.
Flex. Talk your talk.
Yes.
He already been random act of kindness.
Already.
So, what are your handles? Because, we got to get you up to more followers and milestones. So, shoot us your handles.
This, not dysfunctional, but this functional, THIS.
Yes.
Functional, Fam TV.
Family.
Yep. Dysfunctional Family TV on IG, and subscribe to our YouTube page, Dysfunctional Family TV as well.
Sorry, I
Good
was
job,
trying to-
Amanda.
I didn't know my volume was on. I'm like,
podcaster.
what? Is it fam or family? It is family.
Let me see.
Dysfunctional Family.
Dysfunctional Family TV on socials and YouTube, and for our clothing line.
Yes.
FreeTheSoulsClothing.com, and our IG is Free the Souls Clothing. Our Facebook, Free the Souls Clothing. Listen, you know what? We want to do something nice.
Discount code?
Yeah, let's do it.
I knew it.
Discount.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Oh,
Here we go.
shoot.
If you watching this episode, you feel me, and you enter the code, what you want to do? Vital check.
Yeah, let's do Vital Check.
All right, enter the code Vital Check,
Ow.
VITALCHECK. You will get 20% off.
Wait, we didn't talk
product.
about this. Free
Come
shipping?
on, man.
20%.
Come on,
All right,
man. We got
20%.
we ain't in regular company. This the Vital Check, baby.
So,
You know what I'm
That big
saying?
2-0.
yes.
So y'all get
Nice-
20% off.
They got hats. They got.
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm creating a discount right now.
So I have
Oh, they have so
the
many
t-shirt I was
things. All
talking
right, go,
about
go, go.
was the While I Can
I'm
tee.
about to use this myself.
Nice.
They got a pink polo. What is this?
Wait, that jungle crazy got
Yeah.
the metal
Yeah,
FTS.
I'm seeing.
That
I'm
ain't no
looking
joke
at
right
it.
there, bro.
Polos.
He said, I
They have-
see it. I'm looking
They
at
have
it.
pins.
Oh, well, they don't
Socks.
have it anymore, but
It's sold out.
the Best Things crew neck, I had this beautiful orange.
Next one, yeah.
They go fast.
The
Oh,
orange
those
ran
are
out?
seasonal.
Yeah,
Those
those
are
are
seasonal.
the orange ran
All right,
out.
discount code created.
What?
Bam, boom,
Just
Vital
like
Check,
that.
20% off.
Yeah.
There you go.
On
Alright.
the jean jacket, I'm telling you,
yeah.
our closet. But I gotta buy this one.
I'm about to do
I
this
love
right
this one.
now.
But yeah, follow you on. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like we gave a lot of information. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
That's it. If you want our personal stuff, just go to our
said-
page.
he said
It's
it.
already in the
Yeah.
it's already in the
There's a link in
bios.
the
Yeah,
bio, link in the
yeah.
bio.
Well, we appreciate y'all having us.
Yes,
Yeah, I've
it
been
was-
checking
it
y'all
was a
out for a
good
while.
time.
Beanies? What?
Oh yeah.
All my sneakers.
Andre
all
has
my,
that too.
My ones. Oh my gosh, this is good. And it's good cloth.
Good
It's
call.
not. It's not a regular cloth. It's like, where is it from? Malaysia?
Oh gosh.
Malaysia.
All right, kind folks, and with that, we are wrapping another episode. Thank you
Yeah.
to our
Bow, bow,
friends
bow.
for joining us.
Thank y'all
Thank
for
you
having
very
It
us.
was amazing.
This was very
Gang.
good.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Until next
And you have a very
time.
nice. That's a nice watch.
Thank you. Amanda actually bought this for me for
Oh, wow.
Father's
Gang, gang, birthday last
birthday,
year.
Oh.
birthday last year.
See,
Yeah.
when I become a father, I hope I get
It's
gifts
kind
like
of crazy.
Yeah.
Special.
That's a
special.
father. That's a father's a gift for a father.
Yes.
Yeah, she blessed me. This. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you guys.
Bye.